Hi, I'm Mozart, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
First of all, how do you get to keep a name like that?
It's a long story. When I was little, I was in a music together class with my mom. I was like 4 months old, I think. I was very small. And I stood up and I clapped in time to the music, and all the other moms were like, "Oh, you have a little Mozart." And then we started traveling, and it just stuck.
Nice.
And so
It was meant to be from an early age.
yeah, it was destiny, that's for sure.
Amazing. That's such a great name. Like when I first heard about it, I was like, "Is this real?" Like, so that's pretty cool. Let's talk about, you recently released a new single, which is like a super empowering song. Tell me about this track and like what kind of inspired this track for you.
So yeah, I just released my song "Push You Harder," and I wrote the song a few days after I turned 17 last fall, right when the whole Time's Up movement was coming to a head. And so I was feeling really inspired by the whole groundbreaking effect of that movement. And I was like, I really want to write a female empowerment song that, just makes women feel really like in their own power and makes them feel just amazing when they listen to it. And I really resonate with it, and I really like it, and I'm really glad that other people have been liking it as well.
Right, and it's a little different from your previous stuff as well. This one's not necessarily a heavier track, but it's you go harder on this one actually, like compared to your previous stuff. So in creating this track, like how different was that chemistry for you in the studio or even in the writing process?
So writing this song with my collaborators was actually, it was magic. It was such a dream. It was the first time that I'd written with them, Nate Lennox and Dean Dang. And it was magic instantly. We wrote the song in a day. We recorded the demo. And
You really were inspired.
yeah, it was crazy. They call us the dream team now at the studio because we work so well together. There was just magic in the air. We were just throwing ideas off of each other, and it was just flowing so beautifully. And we were really, really proud of it, and we knew from the minute that we wrote it that it was going to be a contender for, yeah.
Now this is a tease or a taste of your upcoming debut EP.
Yes.
You've been in the studio with Michael Blue for this. What was it about this producer that you really wanted to go in the studio with him for?
Well, he just really believed in me, and he saw something in me, and I thought that was really amazing, and we really connect on a deeper level. And there's just magic at the studio. The whole place is so nurturing, and it's so loving, and it's so creative, and I just love being there. I try being there as much as I can. It's just a really great place. Yeah.
What does he get you to get out of your comfort zone, and if so, like how did he kind of do that for you?
Yeah, for sure. When I first got to the studio, I was kind of figuring out what I wanted to do with my music, what sound I wanted to create. And with his help and with the help of his team, I created my EP, and I created the whole sound that I'm doing right now. Okay. And I couldn't have done that without him and his team, for sure.
What is it about this sound that you already knew, like this is who I am, this is what I sound like, this is what I'm gonna sound like?
Well, a few years ago, I started listening to people like Halsey and Rihanna, and when Billie Eilish started, coming out, that was...
She's just blowing everything right now. Yeah.
I was feeling so inspired by them, and I was like, I could make music like this. Like, this is the kind of music that I want to make. And so when I went to the studio, I shared with them what I wanted to kind of emulate, what I kind of wanted to do, and they were just there, hands-on, and they were amazing. It was great.
Now, as far as your writing, how do you feel like your writing has kind of evolved in the last couple of tracks that you've released so far?
It's evolved so much.
Is it drastic?
Yeah, it's pretty drastic. I think it's like subtly drastic, because when I was younger, I did a lot of songwriting, and I wrote from like a younger perspective, but I had a really big imagination, and I would write about heartbreak, even though like I'd never experienced it. I would write about like all this stuff.
I haven't even felt that yet. Like, how does she know about this?
Believe me, I don't. but yeah, and when I started writing kind of like my new stuff, I kind of went deeper into the imaginary and deeper into just the whole idea of creating something out of like nothing and just using my imagination. And I'm really happy with what's been coming out. So yeah.
I mean, it seems like more people are starting to pay more attention to you as well. Aside from that, like your video stuff, like your music video for this new single, and it seems like there was choreography on it as well. So it seems like you're also a dancer at the same time. Is that something that you think about when you're writing music? Do you think about the choreography that might happen live or that might happen in a video, or is that something that comes after?
That's definitely something I think that comes after for most things. For some songs, I do think about it when we're writing, but for the most part, I write what comes to mind, and then afterwards we see what fits.
Right. So as far as the new year, we're already wrapped up with 2018. I can't believe this year is done. I'm glad it's done. It's been such an interesting year. But what can fans expect for you in 2019? Aside from the debut EP, you have new music coming as well.
Yeah, I have my brand new single coming out January 11th, nice. Wanna Be Your Damn Girl. It's perfect for cuffing season, It's also a female empowerment song, but it's kind of flipping the table, and it's saying, hey, I want to be your damn girl. Like, let me take the first step. Like, guys don't have to make the first move anymore. Right. We ladies, we can hold our own. So, yeah. That's
amazing. Now, what kind of is this also going to be on the debut EP? Is this going to be a different change from your single right now?
Yes, it is going to be on the EP, and it's going to be different. I think honestly this one goes even harder. Oh, wow. Like, I'm just going to put that out there. Like, expect a smash.
That's awesome. So. Now, there's not that many, artists today that are young. Billie Eilish is one of them. I was with Javaya last night from the Four, who's also 17, 18. So the fact that there aren't that many young artists taking over, does that inspire you to create more music, or does that kind of make you nervous to create more music?
It definitely inspires me, because I think when you're young, you have so much ahead of you and you have so much life, but you don't have a lot of experience, right. But you have a whole different perspective than someone who's been in the business for so long. And that's what I think is so unique about young artists, because we really have the whole world ahead of us. And I think when you're younger, you see the world as so much bigger and so many more possibilities. And I think that's what makes younger artists so special.
Right. But what about in like the co-writing sense or in the producer sense? You're working with someone new that you've never met for the first time, or co-writers, and you're trying to get certain lyrics out that normally people your age don't talk about. So how are you able to do that?
I just do it. I think you just have to be fearless, and you just have to know that if that's what you want to say and that's what you want people to hear, right. Then that's what you have to do. You can't really be afraid to say something because, you're too young or because you don't think you have enough experience. If it's true to you and if it's true to your spirit, then people will believe it. Right.
Now, I hear you're also going to be doing some TV stuff in the new year. Yeah. So is that something you're going to try and balance, both music and TV? Or are you more in the music side of things?
I definitely try to balance it as much as I can, and so far it's been working pretty well. I'm co-starring on The Bold and the Beautiful in January of 2019 with Wayne Brady, and I'm really excited about that. That was so much fun, and I'm just seeing where the new year takes me. Right. And hopefully it all worked together in some magical way.
What drew your attention into wanting to audition for this?
Well, I actually got into acting as like a complete accident. I was at a showcase and I was performing, and a casting director saw me, and she was like, "You'd be perfect for this movie that I'm casting." Wow. And I booked the movie, and I realized, hey, I really love doing this. And so when we moved out to LA, we just kind of started doing both, and it's worked so far. So hopefully it'll keep working.
That's incredible. So for those fans that are not familiar with you, why did you start creating music in the first place?
Because that's the best way for me to express myself, and for me to be the truest expression of myself. And I think that regardless of what you do, it has to be the truest form of expression for you, and that's what music is for me.
Right. Awesome. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. I can't wait for the new single. In the meantime, you guys be sure to check out Mozart. New single is out now. It's called
Push You Harder.
Thanks for watching on Front Row Live.